subscribe and share. If you're watching us on X, you are much appreciated. But make sure to come over here to YouTube so we can get you to like, sub, share.
Come a
We're
bit
trying to
closer
grow.
to us.
We're trying to, come in at least where we can touch you. And
Yes, come on.
the snacks are free, and the guys are fairly funny. So come over and subscribe. We really appreciate it. We appreciate every viewer we have, and we've had a lot of really cool people that have like watched us and hung with us since the very beginning.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
I mean, we've had let's see, OG, we've got Woodrow, Reverend Woodrow, and Rachel.
He's gone underground, isn't he? I haven't
talked to Woody in a while. I hadn't seen him on Discord or anything, but
I'll find him.
But we definitely appreciate everybody, and also Brendan from was it at the Sense Sphere?
Sense the Sphere, I think, isn't it?
Shit, I get confused. I'll have to look it up, but he's been really cool to us too, man. Like me, he's been cool to me and you and Rachel, and so shout out to him too. So
I think it's diversity points, isn't it? Because we're disabled, the people that have us on get additional.
Right? Yeah, that must be what it is. It was like when Brendan said something about he was worried about being like shadow banned or something, and I had to go and look and say, oh God, I hope it wasn't me coming along that screwed him up. But that's been really cool, man. And if you like Doctor Who, go over to the Sense Sphere. You can just type it in, the Sense SENSE Sphere, and you'll find him. The Sense Sphere is pretty cool if you like Doctor Who. And just like this, Gobster, you can't even get primetime Doctor Who, man. It don't come on till midnight there. Did you know that?
Oh, well, a surprise. I was telling you, Disney had screwed with Doctor Who from the second they got involved.
No
surprise.
But they've only paid for marketing goals. What do you mean?
That's fucking bullshit.
I was one of the few people who when I was back talking about Doctor Who, when Disney came in, I said to it, this is going to screw Doctor Who over. Disney don't do any deal without any way of getting their little grubby fingers into the pie. It was blatantly obvious this was going to be a Disney show. The trailer that's just dropped here in the UK is absolute crap.
Yeah,
it is. I mean, let's just put, why don't you put, Kids Disney on it? It looks crap. It really does. It's awful.
Yeah,
No.
I was on a stream that was talking about it earlier. It was on the Censor this morning, and we were talking about it, and it was just a lot of razzle dazzle and BS. And on that subject of people never learning from their mistakes, look at this, guys. It says our buddy Stephen Moffat returns to Doctor Who. The former showrunner makes an explosive return as he writes an episode of Ncuti Gatwa's first season as the Doc.
Yeah, wow. How exciting. Yeah.
And they're also bringing Chibnall back for one, I think, too.
Brilliant. Yeah, the band back together, boys?
Yeah, the Fitzroy Club in full effect, only there to ruin the show.
It is just so absolutely freaking nuts to the depths that these people they will murder a franchise, resuscitate it, and then beat the hell out of it.
Brandon, sorry to interrupt, mate. We've just hit 69 viewers. I just wanted to shout that out.
Oh shit! Yeah. Oh my God! Yeah. This ain't my first, but it is on here. Thank you, everybody watching.
Yeah, I've actually started share streaming it on my channel as well now, guys, so we can get some more people on.
Thank you.
Hey,
thanks. Oh, no problems, guys. No problems at all. Oh, God, there's another wonderful human.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah, okay, guys. Can I just say one thing about Doctor Who before we get into this? I just want to make it clear, like, I think the whole Doctor Who, blaming Disney for the whole problem of Doctor Who in its current state is not the greatest idea, just because it really takes the blame off the idiots working at the BBC. No. You know what I mean? Like, if Disney didn't buy it, it would still be garbage. I don't want these people thinking like they're going to turn it into like, oh, it's Disney's fault. And then this is going to go on for another 5 years. Once Disney loses the rights, they get it back, and then the BBC just does their shit again.
Into additional ways that Disney can make it worse, like with streaming.
Definitely can make it worse. But a majority of the problems are on the BBC's front, majority of them.
The damage has been done way before Disney come in. We had the
100%.
Oh, 100%. The show was dead. I mean, the best thing is, which I always never understood, is Disney got involved when the American audience of Doctor Who is gone. It went. I mean, I think it was down to like 200,000 views, and that was it. So it's dead in the US. And I don't understand why they got so involved to push it everywhere else when it's a hot mess. I mean, it's been badly written. I mean, I know Jodie Whittaker was a terrible actress in one respect, but the thing is, if you look at the script she was given, I mean, come on, they were diabolical. I mean, they were those there when Peter Capaldi's last season, but the problem is Peter Capaldi's a quality actor.
Oh yeah.
So even though the stories were rubbish and the writing was rubbish, he still managed to elevate it up that level, so it was still watchable. But now, I don't know. I just
imagine what Moffat's era would have been like without Peter Capaldi to.
I didn't know. I didn't know Steve. It really was. I mean, Capaldi was. I still say Capaldi would have been the best Doctor we could have probably ever had if he'd have been allowed to do it properly.
Yeah. So good.
I mean, the man had such a love for the show, and it was blatantly evident that he had the love for the show. And then he just basically got destroyed by the bad writing, and then the BBC lobbed him under the bus so we could have the grand experiment of the first female Doctor. And he's badly.
And that's he got sacrificed on that altar.
Oh yeah, and that's why he won't come back. I mean, I know that he was asked to come back for the 60th, and he said no. So
no, thank you.
No, thank you. He's not having anything to do with it, And no matter how many people out there, certain members of the Whovian community want to make stories up to make it out that he thinks this is all wonderful. It really isn't.
I really hope he comes back for at least, like, if Doctor Who ever gets revived in his lifetime, I hope he does one more story before he goes.
I think a lot would have to change for that. Do you not think, Joe?
A lot would have to change. Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I mean, they can't learn from their mistakes to save their lives, man, or to save their show. And it's like on top of that, they don't give it to you at prime time in the UK anymore. There was a lot of money on that screen in that trailer, man, and it was. And I always have been joking, telling people like I feel like a traitor saying it, but it looked almost too American. You know what I mean? Like it was too over the top.
The whole thing by the time slot though. That's the BBC's fault for not going to bat for the people that pay the fucking license fee. No matter how shit the program is, they should be saying to Disney, no, this is how we do it. You're going to have to fucking come second. But they didn't because they're a bunch of bitches.
Well, exactly.
Broadcasting company.
Yep, absolutely, mate. Absolutely 100% right. It was created. Hang on. This show was created here. It's our baby. So we get it first. End of.
Fuck you all.
That's it.
Well, I mean, I agree with you. That's the funny thing about it is like I completely agree. It should be on in England prime time for every man, woman, and child that wants to watch it there. And my attitude on it was, well, I'll watch it whenever, and I'm probably gonna be pissed off after I watch it anyway. So I'd rather you guys have to watch it first.
Hey, so real quick, Thrash is having some technical difficulties with his headphones and his mic, so he said he might have to dip out.
Okay, all right.
So I told him,
If you do, man, no worries, because you're welcome to come back with us next week and watch Thrash.
Let us know, Thrash. If you want to rejoin us, it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're more welcome.
Thank you so much.
And
thank you so much for hanging with us.
And listening to me blather, but I appreciate it, Thrash. And you're more than welcome to come back with us and watch that next episode and stuff. So feel free, man. We'll make up the time you lost here. But we enjoyed having you, definitely. And you guys need to go to his channel. There's a link in the description. But and also we've got like over 70 viewers, guys. That's the most we've ever had. Especially you people on X, man. We appreciate your support. I think most of the people watching right now are on X. And then we got people on Gosser's channel. We got mine. We got them on my X and Diabolical Tuna's X. So if you're on that, come over and get a link from our X page or Twitter page, whatever you want to call it. And come over to YouTube. Come over here and subscribe. We need to
make your way.
We need to validate my existence. I'm trying to hit 37 subscribers by the end of the day.
Come on, subscribe, people. Subscribe. Subscribe.
I get these messages from I'll forget my dog. I get these messages from the guys telling me I'm a little bitch because I'm not at 100. So see, my dogs are mad.
Dogs have got more subscribers than we have.
Yeah.
You probably would if you put a dog on the channel. It probably would get more subscribers than anyone. To be fair,
there's no reason to talk about OnlyFans like that, Gobster.
No, I know. Hey, come on, it's the only way I can earn money, mate. You know what I mean? So
he's saying I'm not pretty. Is he saying I'm not pretty? Yeah. But man, we appreciate you guys watching. Yeah, come over, like, subscribe. If you come over, you'll get links in the description to Tuna, Joe, and Thrash's channels, and just please hit the subscribe button. You don't even have to hit like, just hit subscribe. But it's been really fun day, man. I've had a crappy week with the emergency dental thing and all the drugs and whatnot. But
same here, mate.
I was Tuna, you've been sick for like weeks, but I was looking forward to this all week because I knew it was gonna be fun. We were watching X-Men and coming to hang out and stuff. But thank you so much to everybody who's watching. Back to the Doctor Who thing, like, I mean, I'm gonna watch, and I'm not even gonna watch like hate watch. I'm gonna give it a chance. Like at least the first episode.
Why would you do that? Come on, there's no more giving it a chance, guys.
No, I don't say give it a chance. I don't mean it like that. I don't mean give it a chance in that regard. As in, like,
well, I won't let any of you be nice. No one gets to be nice to this show. It's garbage.
I would give it. I give it that first episode, but it's not like they're gonna make a hard turn in that first episode and like go on SJW or whatever way you want to put it. You know what I mean? Woke. God, it's so overused, but it's it's the best word to use. It's like, I don't know that they're gonna, but beyond any of the messaging, that timeline is so screwed up with the bi-generation thing. We were talking about that this morning. Just think about it, like branches off of like a family tree, and all of the doctors are now still alive. So that means they can bring Colin Baker on an episode. They can bring. I mean, they've done it already anyway, but it was like kind of holographic or whatnot.
Wow, the show doesn't matter anymore. Nothing matters. It's so stupid. There's no reason to get invested in this show anymore. You watch 60 years of television to get to this point where 60 years of television you just watched meant nothing. That's where you get to.
I suppose
the way multiverse though, Joe. Don't you want a Doctor Who multiverse?
No, I don't want that overused crap anymore. Multiverse is such an overused concept.
That's what
bundles everything down to nothing.
We were when I was on Brendan's show Sense Sphere this morning talking about it. That's what they brought up that I had not thought about, and I don't know if you got any of those vibes or not, Gobster. But from the trailer, it looks like maybe they're doing some sort of multiversal shit or something. It's possible anyway, but they had was, they threw in that Bridgerton shit too. God Almighty! I mean, it's like that. I can't. I mean, I don't know. I think Americans ate up Bridgerton. I never watched it. I don't know if my wife's seen it or not. Maybe I'd have to ask her. But is that something that would grate on a normie Englishman? Because isn't it like one of those like race swap things? Or I mean, I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, because we had a lot of race swapping in Bridgerton. Because of course, way back in their Metzer times, we'd not even seen a black person.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
most wouldn't have.
No, but
I mean, shit. I mean, up until a certain point in America, same deal. But I mean, yes, I know how they were brought here, and it was terrible. But
the Doctor Who thing, the Doctor Who thing. I mean, the timeless child thing destroyed it instantly. From that moment on, from Timeless Child, when it's blatantly obvious that the Doctor can now no longer die. They can regenerate over and over again. You've now taken out the level of peril. There's no point now, because and then to go for this bi-generation bullshit made up deliberately to piss people off, because let's be honest, that's what it was designed to do. Meaning all Doctors are still alive. We're in a multi. Look, the simple truth of the matter is, there's no point. There's literally no. I mean, I've watched every single episode of Doctor Who from the beginning all the way up to. I even watched all of Jodie's seasons, believe it or not. And
poor man.
Well, I did it when I used to do reviews on my channel, and then
that's a tough son of a bitch right there.
I thought combat in '91 in the Gulf was difficult. You want to watch 3 seasons of Jodie Whittaker?
But yeah, Jodie Whittaker, that was the shits. Yeah.
I got rid of one PTSD and replaced it with another.
My goodness, man.
The thing is, the show. Why those people who've took it on now have decided that the best thing this show could do is to destroy it and turn it into a multiverse, Disney-fied, steaming pile of dog crap. I don't get.
Mm-hmm.
It's because all you're going to do, no one's going to watch. It's just going to peter out into nothing, you know. And then what we're going to do, we're going to have the same things we do with like Disney Star Wars now, when we've got this acolyte crap coming out, you know, where it's all women and
it's dog shit, bro.
It is, but the thing is, how are they making money out of this? How is anyone actually enjoying this? I mean, when I was a kid, I mean, when I did the chats with them, because I've done a whole list. I mean, if you go on my channel, me and John the White did Why We Love Doctor Who, and we've literally covered every episode.
I've actually watched those. I've actually watched most of those myself now, so I recommend people go watch that.
I mean, for me, that was a learning curve, because John is like he's like the encyclopedia of knowledge when it comes to Doctor Who. I mean, he knows literally everything, and I know a bit, but not as much as he did. But it's like, it was such a good show, and I always said to him, you know, when people ask me why I love Doctor Who, I like watching Doctor Who when I was a kid, because it showed, back in the day, I was a little scrawny little kid, you know, no muscles on that, and it showed to me that I didn't have to have brawn to win a fight. The brains can win a fight. That being clever is a good thing, not a bad thing, and that role model's gone for a lot of boys now. You know, we need a role model which says you don't have to be the big, muscular, Dwayne Johnson-looking guy to get along in life. That if you're clever and you're brainy, you can still win. You know, and it's just, I don't get it. I just don't get it. But then again, there's a lot in this world that I don't get at the moment. But then again, give me loads of videos to talk about.
something I would say for sure. And then I got another, it's more of a news thing that we'll all have something to say on, but, and welcome back, Thrash. I'm glad you got your stuff. No worries.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Can you guys hear me all right? Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah,
they
headphones died out. I was jamming before I hopped on. Sorry, fellas.
Oh, no worries.
No worries.
We've got 75 people watching. I really, really appreciate it. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share on YouTube. And y'all here, guests and viewers alike, you are much appreciated. Come hang out with the Culture Council. So it's like, you know, a funny thing too, Gobster, is like you could take out Doctor Who and kind of like what you said, and there's about 20 fandoms we could just insert, and you don't even, you know, and then all of a sudden, like, say we're sitting here and say Thrash doesn't know anything much about Doctor Who, right? Then all right, they like Star Wars, and bam, activate, because it's all the same story of what they're doing, the same shit. And it's the same deal, like you said, with the Acolyte and all that. Where do they keep getting this endless money? Apparently,
can't wait for the X-Files. X-Files reboot is going to be.
No, man. And that's another thing. We need to do some sort of thing. I've always wanted to go back and watch the X-Files. And you're the person that said to me, Tuna was the one that first mentioned like doing some sort of shit with that. But what I was going to say before Tuna or Gobster was, you know, I watched the new show first. And now, as of now, I've seen all the episodes that are available of Classic Who. And after going back and watching Classic Who, man, it completely changed the way I saw the new show. Like, there were things I liked about the new show that was just like, well, no, that doesn't make any sense. Hey, JWC, shout out to you and PD Rich, Archer Colin, man. Thanks you guys for coming by. Some of y'all I see a lot, especially over on Brendan's thing talking Doctor Who. But like, after watching, go ahead, Joe.
There's one thing I think would win me over with this new season, and it's if Stephen Moffat's, because he's doing one episode of this, right?
As far as
at least one. As far as we know,
yeah.
If he does a sequel to his Blink and he calls it Black, and instead of the Weeping Angels, he has the Weeping A-holes, and it's just a bunch of Chibnall statues. I would love to see that. I would be back in the game.
You got me, Joe, because you don't ever say no shit like that,
man. That's how I feel about that.
Little curse.
It's usually me or Tuna would be saying some out of the way shit or a guest. That's funny, man. Oh shit. Yeah. What I was gonna say too is like mainly the main reason I'm watching it, gonna watch it now. If I wasn't doing YouTube, I don't know that I would watch it. I'm not sure. I might watch the first episode, but beyond that, if I wasn't doing YouTube, I'm not sure.
Ideally, that's an ideal scenario, isn't it? That normies just don't watch it, and it's just everyone just hate watching the.
Yeah, and so at the same time, some people be like, well, why are you promoting it and watching it? I'm like, well, because I do what the fuck I want to do. But I get what you're saying. It don't matter. I mean, they're getting money from nowhere, apparently.
I mean, how do you feel about that argument, though, about like, hey, watching something and promoting something that we all want to like fail? How do you kind of reconcile that?
I have to change the way I present it for me, not for anybody else. But like, I can't sit and just like, man, this guy did fucking shit, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I have to try to be more positive and be like, well, I wish that I don't know how to explain it, but like just trying to not let it bother me, and just trying to be more positive and be like,
what we need it to become that popular of a movement that it gets a South Park parody.
Right. Yeah. Oh shit. That'd be awesome. Yeah. But like, I mean, like, I suppose if I was going to do, I would say my version of doing it would, and I'm sure a lot of people say the same, Brendan too, probably, but would be try to put a positive spin, like, okay, well, this was stupid, whatnot, screw it. What you really need to do is go back and watch this old episode, blah, 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 or go read this old, because there's lots of Doctor Who comics and novels. So like one thing, I've said this like weeks on the end, it's just this the way I feel about it all kind of now is like, is at least try to give you some positive alternatives, and just because, I mean, everything sucks except for these couple things.
I'm not even too sure that. Yeah, exactly. I'm not even too sure that the premise of that, argument makes any sense. The fact that you would be bringing attention to what's bad, because, like, who are the biggest examples? Like Nerdrotic and Critical Drinker. Like, I mean, they've been doing this stuff for a long time now,
and they'll make money.
Very successful. Yeah, and anytime they report on something, it still fails. It still flops. Like, you don't see. The thing is, like, these people, they bring a lot of attention to the regular person, but it doesn't bring that many people to go see it. Like, it's still bombed. It doesn't do anything, because I know this is a crazy idea, but a bunch of people shading on something usually doesn't promote it. Like Morbius. Okay, that's a perfect example of this, because Morbius, they actually thought that meant it had support. You had the entire internet thinking, oh my gosh, like, Morbius sucks. And the company's like, dude, we have a hit. So they brought it back in theaters, and it made no money again. It just bombed again. So I think that's a perfect answer to that argument. If anyone says, don't talk about it, you're only promoting it. No. In fact, we're doing the right thing, and we're bringing the attention to more people that this is bad material. Yeah, we're morbid.
I mean, it's not when I did my reviews of Jodie's era, and everybody's going, oh, you hate watching it. You know what? I wasn't hate watching it. It was the most painful thing I've ever done, because it was because I was watching the destruction of a show that has meant something to me since Tom Baker. When I've watched the show, and every episode, it was being torn apart. I didn't hate watch it. I pain watched it. As a serious Doctor Who fan, it hurt so much to watch that show. And I said to people, when I did my reviews, and I was like, you're just saying hate things. I'm not. I was just showing you that why is it gone that way? And it's not because I hate the show. It was because I damn well love the show, and I don't like what was happening to it. It's not hate watching. I love the show. I want the show to succeed, but it's not. And it was. I mean, at the end of Jodie's era, that was it. I was done. Finish, zip, forget it. I've not watched any of the new shite, and I won't. I saw I'll say that I watched the Boyd Regeneration. Yeah, I mean, especially when they separated at the penis at the end. I thought that was,
my god!
Yeah, wow. I thought that was. But then the creation of the other TARDIS with a lump hammer. Really?
So dumb.
That's not how it works.
Just like in the Jodie era, they had it like one of them TARDISes collapsed in on itself. Like the regard, like I can only speak for New Who, but in New Who, they really make this TARDIS seem like a living person, like an actual living being that's unique. And then they have two examples of it being randomly duplicated. This is super advanced technology being randomly duplicated. And then you have one where it's like getting crushed, and that's like the saving grace of the episode is like this TARDIS getting obliterated, which is like supposed to be this like living thing.
The thing is, it's not a living thing.
Lame and gay.
It's not a living thing. It's a ship. It's a time ship. It's a machine. The living thing was just another one of these fancy newfangled bullshit.
I mean,
things.
oh, you didn't like the Doctor's Wife, that episode of New Hope?
No, because the TARDIS is a machine. Yeah, it would be like the Millennium Falcon coming alive. Yeah, it would be like an X-wing.
Yeah, I can understand that.
No, they're ships. Yeah, okay, you can have an affinity with your ship, which all pilots do. Even in World Wars, they have affinity to their aircraft, their plane. It's like when you drive a car, you have an affinity to your vehicle that you're driving, but it's a machine.
Yeah,
and to try and make that machine come alive, it's just pathetic. I'm sorry, it just is.
No, that makes sense. But that just shows how bad the idea was to do for the specials, to have it be duplicated like that, because you piss off both people: the people who hate the idea of the TARDIS being more than a machine, and people who actually like that concept. Both people are pissed off by this idea because it's a slap in the face to both of those groups of the people. So I think they're really good at pissing everybody off at the same time. They're really good at that.
The one thing that everyone can agree they're good.
Yeah, and Gobster, you mentioned hate watching, and I feel like that's something people always talk about, but no one ever talks about what could be even more obvious, which is hate making. Don't you think that the people who make the show I think there's a lot of hate making going on with this show, 100%. They're making it out of spite. They're doing things to spite people. That's hate making, right?
Oh, that's what I felt about that Acolyte.
Yeah,
Acolyte.
It's like Chris Chibnall went. The whole idea of The Timeless Child was to erase the white maleness out of the show. That's all you had to say, and that shows what it was for. And that's exactly what that was for. It was to erase the white maleness from the show. When Jodie Whittaker got the job, she said the Doctor Who show was a show of the white male gaze. This is, and once these words started to get mentioned, once you have a doctor who takes the job, who admits never, ever, ever watched a single episode of the show that she's going to be the main lead of, says enough. And from that moment in, you knew it was doomed. Absolutely doomed. I mean, remember Chris Chibnall was once on a panel show when he was a lot younger, saying Doctor Who's boring because it's just running down endless corridors chased by monsters.
Yeah, candy ass Chris Chibnall. Yeah.
Of people running down endless corridors chased by monsters he made up that was shit. I mean, what the hell is
difference being is back then at least it was entertaining and written by someone who knew what they were doing, Chibs.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, Classic Who, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of episodes in Classic Who that are not very good. They're very, very weak. Very but you have to look at what they were creating with the budget they had at the time, and the special effects that weren't there at that time. And then you look at that, and you look how good they are, and then you look at that trailer that's dropped for the new Doctor Who, and it's all about the special effects and not about the story.
Yep, that's what I've been saying.
That's the difference. That's the chalk and cheese.
It's
no money, no special effects, great story. Now we've got great special effects, can't be arsed, and if we do tell a story, it's whatever agenda we're going to push down, and then right at the end, we have to rush the last 10 minutes to make this episode finish because we didn't really know what we were doing. That's modern day Doctor Who. Yeah, I hate that.
That's a lot of modern day storytelling, period, especially in TV shows. Just rushing and throwing shit out the end.
We just don't answer it. We just don't answer it. And we leave thousands of questions unanswered that never actually ever get answered because, to be fair, we never thought that far ahead. And as you said, that's TV and film in a nutshell right now. Everything's just, it's got to be about getting that message out, and that's all that matters. We've got to have good story. That's what I mean. It's no good having all these Hollywood writers and directors crying to the camera that they can't afford their mortgages. You wrote the shit that no one wants to watch, guys.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
You sowed the seeds. Now you've got to reap the whirlwind. And also, after years of you preaching to us how we need to live our lives, you're welcome to our shithole now.
Right.
You're struggling like the rest of us. Oh dear, what a shame. I'm sorry if I'm not crying. It's just it's your fault.
Yeah. It's their own fault. They ain't got nobody to blame. The other night, Gobster, I was watching Monster Peladon, and there's this character, Alpha Centauri, the little big-eyed thing. And I was like telling my wife, look at this shit. Her fucking arms are his, whatever. Actually, non-binary. That's a whole different discussion. But the arms are made out of like fucking your clothes dryer vents, And I'm like, I fucking love. That's one of the things I love about Classic Who, man. Is just they did the most with the least. and it was just amazing. I mean, actually, I'd say they probably, well, Star Trek probably had more money, but I think it's an even better example. I mean, they did a decent amount, but they had a lot more to work with. I mean, like, people just don't realize how little they had to work with. It's criminal.
If we're talking about shows that, you know, don't have a lot of budget and, you know, really need to work hard about, you know, using what they've got, we've got The Acolyte.
There we go.
No, I'm not playing this. I was just gonna ask you. Yeah, exactly. If you have you guys seen this shit? Have y'all seen this yet?
Yes, I watched the trailer.
Yes.
Okay, well,
that's another 4 hours of sleep I'm not going to get tonight.
I'm so glad I did not watch this.
Are we all aware? Are we all aware that Leslie Headland's wife is in this?
Yes.
I
just learned that.
Yeah, great. Smashing. Brilliant.
I didn't know that. I mean, obviously everybody knows who she used to work for and all that, but
she never saw anything. She never saw anything, never noticed anything.
The only one too. Never saw nothing. Right.
No. although she enjoyed watching Frozen apparently, and
Frozen and Star Wars, they go together so well. All right.
Well, this is going to be what, Frozen and Kill Bill apparently. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was Frozen and Kill Bill. That was the.
This isn't going to be Frozen Kill Bill. This is going to be Star Wars Echo.
Yes, 100%.
Oh,
absolutely, 100%.
Good point. I had something funny happen, guys. I commented something really dirty on like, I guess it was the official Star Wars X page, and I'm like sitting here, and I started getting these notifications.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, this was so funny, and I don't think it's a big deal, just because I thought it was more funny because not because they said my name or anything, but because they showed that shit with Harvey Weinstein.
Clout chasing again, Brandon?
Oh, I'm a clout chasing motherfucker. I don't give a shit. But no, this was funny as shit. Let me show you and see if I can get. Okay, yeah. I got it the right spot.
Down. Shout out to Star Wars social media account.
That's right. See if you slowly scroll. Don't do it yet. See if you scroll down and find that Harvey Weinstein gift. I would have retweeted if I could find it.
Hold on. Yeah.
You find it?
They really got a kick out of this post.
I was surprised. It was like it made it more funny to me. I didn't even think I was that funny. That shit goes through my head all the time.
I was like, yes.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Too good, man.
Like,
sweet, mate. Well done.
That if she won, she'd let me do anal.
Oh, they deserve it. They fucking deserve being. They deserve all the memes.
The Force is lesbian and complicit now. Come and tell Leslie that Harvey's so proud of her.
These are just the random thoughts, and it's like, if I didn't have X or you guys now, I'd just have all this stuff trapped in my head.
Let me retweet.
Floating around.
You said you retweeted the heart.
So yeah, it was pretty cool, man. I thought that was neat. I appreciate them doing that.
All right, there you go.
They gave you a shout out too.
Follows. So let's see, Culture Papa Beehop.
Jeremy butchered your name, but Ron got it right.
Yeah. Shout out.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. They are two. That's two fellas. Like, you know, there's certain ones that have that, and I'm not going to get anything specific, but like, some people will kind of lose your respect, or you kind of look askance at them. But I still got a right fair amount of respect for those two guys, and I enjoy them. I especially like how Jeremy is. He's a lot like me. Is like, I'm going to be friends with who I want, and some of us can disagree and say if one person does one wrong thing, that doesn't mean we fucking exile them from the group or from friends, you know. So that's very much. And actually, the whole Culture Council thing wasn't intentionally like trying to copy them or anything. It's just an easy example to say it's just a group of friends fucking hanging out, and that's all they are.
Right.
But yeah, I really appreciated them doing that shit. What did you think of the Acolyte trailer as far as Thrash? Did you watch what was that most recent shit show that they dropped for Star Wars? What's the last live action? Ahsoka.
Wars, isn't it?
It was Ahsoka. Yeah, Disney bullshit. But have you been watching any of that stuff, Thrash? Like Mandalorian or any of that?
Dude, I can't. I tried so hard. I couldn't even. That's why I'm like, you know what? I give up. My channel's nothing but guitar because it's just gonna be me cursing through the whole
Don't blame
thing.
you, man.
Throwing stuff and cursing because it's so horrible. I give it no. That's what like people are like hate watch. I'm like, no, it just sucks, dude. I'm like, this is horrible, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, I try to watch. I can't watch any of the shows, but I'll laugh at the trailers.
Regardless of doing YouTube, like I personally, and I've only been doing the YouTube thing for a couple of months. Thank you to the 80-some people watching us. We really do appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, share. Come on over to YouTube and subscribe. You'll get links to everybody's YouTube pages in the description.
One of the comments, Archer said that they're going to push this as a trailer before the Phantom Menace anniversary viewing. Okay, that's weird. I didn't know they even confirmed that they were going to re-release it.
Yeah, I heard that. It's 25th anniversary, man.
Oh, I heard the rumor, but I didn't know it was confirmed. Oh, that's cool. I wonder if they're going to do the original trilogy as well, because I know Spider-Man's doing all of their movies, and that's kind of hype. So I was like,
that makes me feel so old. This must be what.
Yeah.
Like, remember, if you saw Star Wars originally in 77, they did the remaster re-release in 97, and that you feel like I did then, Joe, but now I feel like older people did, going shit, you know what I mean? Like, because I mean, look, senior year I was in shout out to Miss Mills, much love, you're the greatest English teacher. But we were in her in high school. I was in the 11th grade, so I was like 17, and we were in her journalism class, and me and my friend Tyler, we left school early and went to the theater to wait for tickets for Phantom Menace. And so, I mean, it freaks me out that it's been 25 years, man. That's crazy. But Thrash, like what I was asking you, if you'd watched any of the new stuff, I watched the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian. Hey, DDM, what's up?
Everything, DDM, everything.
Everything. It's a crazy world. Shout out to everybody watching too. We really appreciate you guys in the chat. But I watched the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian, and I was pretty happy with them, actually. And you know what's messed up is I wonder what would things be different. I mean, even if they kept Gina, like the stuff they put out still be shit. You know what I mean? So, but when they let her go at that, when they did that to her, my thoughts then was like, you know what? Fuck them. You know, it doesn't matter to me. I can go back and watch the old shit, but I made a point to not give him any more money than I absolutely have to. You know what I mean? But I still watch the fucking cartoon today too. You can't get away from Disney, man. It's like fucking Amazon.
That was the best case scenario for her, to be honest. Like,
true. Of Amazon, guys, just a quick kind of circuit breaker. What is everybody's thoughts quickly on the Fallout TV series?
Ooh. No, trash. No, I'm going to say right now, trash. I'm too big of a Fallout fan, man. I give it no push whatsoever. I seen that one little clip. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just like, oh no, it didn't.
Oh man,
when I have to look and see when it comes on. But I want to say I saw a trailer or something for it, but made me want to play the video game. That's about it. I played 3. And I think Vegas was after that. And then after that was 4. Those are the only ones I ever played. Like, I didn't play the real early shit. And I haven't played the online game or any of that. But the show,
I think with Nolan, whoever it was is producing whatever, they've already said that they don't really have any intention on pleasing the fans because that's impossible. Right. So it's already on their off foot.
That's what made my mind up right there. That's I was like, no, I'm cool then.
It's not for the fans. Okay, fine.
They're not even trying anymore, man. That's what's weird. Like, when they can openly,
who the fuck are you making it for?
Yeah, exactly. Who the hell is? They don't even know their audience. That's really pathetic,
man. A shout out to everybody in the chat again. Hey, Robert Payne, PD Rich, and Rachel's still hanging out with us. You need to go find her at Chat About It. Don't shout about it. And DDM, we're glad to have you too, and everybody else watching. Like I said, we have the most viewers ever. It's pretty awesome. Thank you to everybody of our 81 viewers who are viewing us this Saturday afternoon or late evening in England with our Brit. Hey, what's up, OG? He's been with us since the beginning. He's White Devil on X, man. Love OG. But they have killed about everything they could get their hands on. I'm really still kind of in a state of shock, but they may just be like the X-Men thing, going back to that, how good those two were. They may just be lulling me in with a false sense of security, and then they'll strike with the killing blow. And let me show you guys something. I'm glad you came in too, Gobster, and I know that I know you'll probably have everybody will probably have an opinion on this. I know you probably do, Thrash. Check this out.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Awesome. Oh, it's so cool. Oh man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, you know what? I just go with it from now. I mean, come on, man. This is ridiculous. I'm like, all right, call me whatever you want, because this is dumb. If that's whatever it is, that's the other side of this. That's me right here.
There's no telling. Let's see what we got here. Now, I haven't read an article yet today. Might as well get one at least. Marriage promotes white supremacy, according to white university professor. What? All right. All I saw marriage promotes white supremacy, and it went into the Madman file for Culture Council, and that was the last I saw up until just now. Marriage fundamentalism. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, but just out of curiosity, don't black people get married? So does that mean they become white supremacists?
100%.
They're being oppressed. They're being oppressed into marriage.
I don't know what the marriage rates are for them, and I assume.
Yes. Okay. Let's be honest. This guy just needs to be carted off into a mental institution. The worst thing we ever did in society is actually shut them things down. We should never shut mental institutions down, because that's where some people belong.
No shit. A lot more of them.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they say where this guy. Hopefully, they'll say where this guy works. Marriage fundamentalism is what this guy talks about. Promotes the idea of white supremacy, according to white George Mason University professor. All right, where the hell is George Mason University? It's here somewhere, but I don't know. Let's see. And see, they're doing that stuff like all over the West. Here, you guys' country is stupid. Okay, let's see. George Mason University is in. Oh, okay, it's in Virginia. Okay, all right. It's not too terrible. It's the state above me. So, this moron goes on to say. Let's see. Professor Bethany. Oh, is it a woman?
Oh,
of course. Of course.
Of course he is stupid.
Duh, Brandon. Yeah, I just I was blonde. I was blonde the first 3 years of my life. You know? Fuck me, man.
Dear Lord.
It's always, you know, I should have known. I should have fucking known. All right. Goes on to say, Professor Bethany, whatever, Latique, wrote in the Journal of Marriage and Family about her theory that marriage fundamentalism, like structural racism, is a key structuring element of white heteropatriarchal supremacy. Marriage it's hard to read. Marriage fundamentalism can be understood as an ideological and cultural phenomenon, where adherents espouse the superiority of the two-parent married family, she wrote. But it is also a hidden or unacknowledged structural mechanism of white heteropatriarchal family supremacy that is essential to the reproduction and maintenance of family inequality in the United States. Well, we're not having enough babies. We ain't got enough families. And this is them just doing more of this shit. So there are less and less. Somebody take this shit. What do you think, Thrash?
Oh man, it just it's so hard for me, because I mean, where I come from and how I grew up, I can't even pretend to. I've never pretended to like even entertain this. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? I grew up in like South Central LA and freaking, you know, in Paramount and stuff, being a white dude. And then people tell me, now you can't be racist to white people and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? That's where I learned to fight people. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? It's so I can't even entertain this. I gotta respect this kind of stuff. Nah, dude.
And you're at an age you saw like some of the changes in that area and shit too, didn't you? I mean, if you go back far enough, like fucking Compton and shit was like white people.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
that's where my family first moved to, Compton and Paramount.
And just knowing, and not saying this isn't a comment on like trying to say all black people or anything, but just knowing how like humans, white and black, are in general, I could see that would probably be really fucking rough, bro. Like,
oh yeah, it was fun.
Jesus Christ. I'm sure the music and the fucking lowriders were popping, but I mean, damn,
right. Oh no,
did you famous people like any of the rappers or anybody like that when you were coming up?
No, not rappers or nothing. I mean, believe it or not, it was like a little cut on like 42nd and Central. We used to have like backyard punk rock parties till like 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? And then the Paisas across the street, they would have like a different kind of band going off. You know, they'd have what I call it Panda, but it's called like Panda, I guess is how you pronounce it. And then the cops would just come by and be like, "Hey, it's pushing 2 o'clock. Just turn it down. Everyone go home." It was like,
well, that's
cool.
good that you have a more positive thing to say. That's great. That's great. It's like, but if you look at America and the United Kingdom, and then I'm gonna go to Gobster, God knows what the marriage rates are in our countries. I might have to look them up and see, but I would imagine that more than 50% of marriages end up in divorce. And depending on your demographic, I think some demographics have as high as 75%. Like children being born out of wedlock, you know what I'm saying? And articles like this just let me know that these people are raising our children and indoctrinating them to think this way. Think about it, Gobster.
Yeah.
You had something to say.
Well, for one, this is just clear insanity. It's just complete. And no offense to is it Bethany? She swallowed a good dictionary there. She knows all the right words to say.
A good what? Sorry,
a dictionary. You remember them things? Yeah, dictionary.
She's a good dictionary swallower, is what he said.
Dictionary, yeah. But I mean, I know PD's just put it up on in here about the here in the British Fire Brigade are now white supremacists. Our own fire brigade are oppressing people. So,
how so?
Yeah. Oh well, no, because we're institutionally racist.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The fire brigade's institutionally racist. I mean, everything's institutionally racist. It's just a load of rubbish. I mean,
we've got that clip, Brandon. Isn't that one of the topics on the?
Yeah, say what?
I sent you about the fire brigade.
Let me see. It should be on there.
Systemic racism and the
that's right.
person gets pulled out.
Let me bring up my outline.
She gets so owned. It's absolutely brilliant.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. It is. It's beautiful because it shows a typical left waffer member, isn't it?
Yeah.
You say all the words until somebody goes, "Yeah, but where's this?" And they just don't know what to answer. So, and that's the problem.
Because they don't have that little bit of paper in front of them, you know. Guys, thank you very much for everyone watching. 90 people going to viewing across X and YouTube.
Wow.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Girls. That was my most sexiest then by just saying, guys. There you go. Independent guys. There we go. Institutionally racist.
Oh, wow.
We've got the clip though, haven't we?
Can you? I'm so sorry, Tuna. I screwed up somewhere. I can't find it in my notes. And you know what's messed up is I made the point of making sure anything you and Joe send me now is like to make sure it gets on the show because it's not mine, it's ours. And so I apologize. I'm trying to be better, boss. But I think this is so. It's just like they want to undermine every institution we have left. Once Tuna finds it.
Yeah, but it's only because they're being allowed to get away with it. That's the thing.
Oh, well, yeah.
Because no one in charge will challenge anything at all. I mean, there's the magic. Why can't you just say if they go, "Oh, this," you just go, "No, just go away." But we don't do that. We let them get away with it. And then once you let one people get away with one thing, they get away with something else, and then they get away with that, and they try again, and they get away with that.
Bro,
we get to the stage where this is what we're getting. It's just mental.
Brandon, the link is going into private chat now, man.
All right, sorry about that, Tuna. My bad.
You will be.
Please don't punish me, master. All right, let's see here. Copy. All right, let's see. Give me a second to bring it up. I don't know that there's anything they'll let us have left, man. You're supposed to hate your country. You're supposed to hate your flag. You're supposed to hate yourself.
Isn't that crazy?
Nothing like it. Have no history, no culture.
Very crazy.
Hate your family. Hate everything.
Yeah.
Everything's supposed to. Oh yeah, but fuck, I had this on my show notes somewhere, and I don't know what I've done. Okay, hang on. Share this tab. This right here is going to make you laugh and cringe and cry.
Is that correct?
I agreed with the report.
Look at these freaking. Hang on, let me back it up, guys. Sorry.
It's just
setting this up. Was this an official hearing?
Yeah,
it was. Okay.
It's a committee. It's all the people who are on the other side of the table are MPs from different parties.
So it's an official type inquiry type thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's official. It's a very official.
All right. Here we go. Let me make sure the volume's good so I don't have to stop it. All right, it's only 40 seconds and play.
Yes, Chair. Just a couple of quick questions, please, for Councillor Rebecca Knox. I think you was in agreement that your force was institutionally racist. Is that correct?
I agreed with the report, the independent report, and so did the Chief Fire Officer accept the findings.
Okay, so could you please tell me, Councillor, what unfair advantages white people have in your force?
I would hope not. None. Not advantages. Did I hear you?
Yeah, do they have any advantages?
No.
Then how can you be institutionally racist?
Sorry, I might have to get back to you.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm short now.
Wow.
Oh man, bitch did not compute, did she?
That's happening now in UK kind of politics and government. Now.
That's really recent. That's like this week, right?
Yep. And that guy who was asking the questions is Lee Anderson, who's an MP who got kicked out of the Conservative Party by telling the truth about Sadiq Khan. And basically saying he'd handed London over to his Muslim brother friends, and he got kicked out of the party, basically. But that's recent, and that just shows you they say we're systematically racist. So what advantage have white people got? None. So you're not.
Right.
But
I don't know the answer to that. No, because you know what? Because you're talking out your ass.
Yeah.
You're absolutely talking out your backside, and this is typical left-wing stuff. Once you challenge them, they immediately either go, I don't know, I'll have to get back to you, or you're a racist, or you're a liar, or they just block you because they haven't got an argument. When you actually challenge them with facts, they don't know what to say. And it's just everything has to be institutionally racist now, and it's rubbish, absolutely rubbish.
That woman made a complete and utter moron of herself. Oh my god!
They'll still get done for being systematically racist.
Systematically stupid, more like PD Rich. I completely agree. Yeah.
Amen to that. Amen to that, brother. Amen to that.
Here's more from that same professor finishing up this article. The professor explained in the article that she is a quote, a white cisgender woman currently living with my partner and co-raising our children in a committed heterosexual union outside the institution of marriage. I had to read that because I wanted us to give our sympathies out to whoever that son of a bitch with her is.
Dear Lord. Dear Lord. Oh my God. So in other words,
right.
Yeah.
I am so sorry, bro. And I hope you watch this. I hope some fucking how you see this. And I want you to know I've been there. Hey, put your hand on my screen. And put your hand on your screen and feel my fucking power, and you'll leave that bitch. And you might even get the kids. But anyway, this does not sound like the kind of woman you want to live with. Let's see if it has anything else good to say. In the article, Latique said she drew upon critical feminist and intersectional frameworks to delineate an overarching orientation to structural oppression and unequal power relations that advantages white heteropatriarchal nuclear families and marginalizes others as a function of family structure and relationship status. I know what all those fucking words mean. I'm not stupid, but that is just a bunch of bullshit. God.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, what the fuck? That's like trying to give some sort of school book answer.
That's what they call a word salad.
Jeez.
Useless nonsense.
I'm
trying to sound smart.
And that's the first time I was reading that shit. So it was like, what in the fuck, man? It's like her words are like out of a textbook because she's just a fucking drone. She's just been programmed in the same college system, probably. My English peeps, y'all gonna love this. She argued that, quote, since colonization, marriage fundamentalism has been instantiated through laws, policies, and practices to unduly advantage white heteropatriarchal nuclear families. So it's saying that fucking regular families, white heterosexual families have marriages have an unfortunate advantage or an unfair advantage, while simultaneously marginalizing Black, Indigenous, immigrant, mother-headed. What the fuck is that?
Nonsense. It's just.
Well, I'm gonna have to look that up.
Just picking it off on my bingo card. All the woke words said in one sentence.
What in the blue fuck, man? Motherheaded. We're gonna have to look into that. Damn. And look it up, Gobster. See what the fuck.
Yeah.
And it's hyphenated. Mother-headed. It says mother-headed and lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning, LGBTQ plus families, among others. God, the shit is everywhere. And I want you to know, everybody, straight, gay, I fucking love you all. It doesn't matter. This is something else. This is using the vehicle of sexuality to divide and control and conquer and destroy the fucking family.
It's that C word, isn't it? Colonization, you know, it's very embarrassing.
Right.
If it wasn't for the British Empire colonizing most of the world, none of you fuckers would have anything.
Exactly. I wouldn't be sitting where I am, and I'm pretty fucking grateful. And see, that's why, I mean, like, I'm loyal to my own country, but like, I love history and shit. So I'm well enough known, and hell, it's literally my DNA. I like England. I love the UK, my history, and I hate to watch and see, you know, like, they're like our cousins, just like the Australians and shit. And just to watch them get all fucked up and just all this crazy stuff happening, the way they're getting treated in the streets. I mean, it's happening over here too, but at least over here we can, you know, we're strapped.
Combat it a little bit, yeah.
Right. I mean, that doesn't help, but so much. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, people think we're like gun crazy Americans and shit. Like, no, not everybody's like that. Most people aren't like that. Even like normal people like myself that carry, you know, I may act crazy on here, but I don't go around brandishing a firearm. But like, I hurt for y'all, man. It's so fucked up. And let's see what the end of this is. Latique concluded, thank God, by calling for family scientists to further interrogate how marriage fundamentalism reproduces family inequality in American family life and to work toward its dismantling.
There you go. Still can't find anything on Motherhead.
It's what they want, isn't it? They want more people lopping their bits off, more people not in traditional relationships. You know, it's the stuff of horror films.
And Rose Noble's back on Doctor Who again. She was.
And Rose Noble's back on fucking Doctor Who. That's the worst.
Just to let you know, Thrash, they had a grown ass man in his 20s playing a transgender female that's supposed to be fucking 15 years old, and it was based on the story is based on an old comic book story, but the girl was supposed to be 15, but in you know, for modern audiences, it was a transgender person with a bigger Adam's apple than I'll ever have.
What is wrong with a 20-year-old man playing a 15-year-old girl? Well, answer me that. What's
wrong with that? Oh my God!
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think it's all related.
Oh, that's perfectly normal.
It's all about that. Like, you're supposed to. I mean, and you know what really scares me, and anybody else. Yeah, well, you don't have to be a parent, but especially if you're a parent, is I see the things that my children won't go on and teach their children. Like, I just know Gobster, I know my kids well enough to know when they get grown, some of them, maybe not all, like, I know they're not going to pass this type of thought on. I know they believe this bullshit. So in 2 or 3 generations, I mean, what have you got? I mean, they're not going to know shit about the truth. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the point, is to get us so many years in the future that, you know, it's a process. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's a long process that's been going on for probably a lot longer than we'll ever know. But where does it end? What is the point of this? Why are they wanting to? I mean, like in your opinion, Joe, where are you at?
Oh, I'm here. I'm just listening to this.
Oh, hey, what's up, Indian Jesus? One of our first guests.
How you doing, brother?
Up, Lutch? How's it going, man? Good to see you. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. But like, Joe, if I asked you, like, a lot of the things we've talked about, even the entertainment stuff, man, you know, like I always say, it's all related, right? If I asked you, just looking at the white supremacy thing, the marriage promotes it, just a couple of things we've discussed, right? And outside of the entertainment aspect of it, just say, like, totally IRL, in real life, what's the end goal of making people not want to, in your opinion? If you don't know, fine, speculate. I don't expect you to know, but your speculation and your thought on what's the purpose of doing that. What's the end game?
In terms of, like, the actual people pushing, you know, dismantling marriage as an institution, in my opinion, obviously, I think that's a terrible thing, because I believe the nuclear family is one of the main structures that hold society together. And obviously, if you're in the business of trying to take over a certain group of people, you'd want to dismantle all of their most powerful like institutions. That's why I think what makes America so great, not to roast the British people, is that the people really have the people really have or should, they have a lot of power. That's really what it's all about. It's like the people have the power. So it's very difficult unless you work really hard for many decades to convince people that they don't have the power to then take over. But at the core of it, they're trying to take away the power from the people. And nuclear families hold a lot of power because parents can share wisdom with their children, their own, that's not dictated by the government. It's not dictated by anybody else. They can pass it on. They can create a good generation. It's like the parents that can do that. And so the government wants to be the guy to do that. That's why they change the schools. I mean, obviously, because the schools are their only way they can do it. And also through our entertainment, obviously. I also want to make a comment about, like, just in general what that professor said.
Yeah.
I try not to get too caught up on these things, because on the other side of it, I think the news tries to do a lot of rage baiting. You know, where you can find they quoted one person. Okay, you could for all of eternity, you could have one person a day that you could find in any of these countries that would tell you something insane that would make the whole population of the world go, "What WTF?" Okay, mm-hmm. So it's in one sense, it's good to look at this as like to think about, wow, this is how people are thinking. We need to do something about this. But we shouldn't let it confuse us and like make us hopeless, because really at the end of the day, that's sort of the intention of like sharing the news. You know what I mean? We think it's a good thing to share this stuff, but it's almost like they're intending us to do that because their ultimate goal, whoever you think they is, their ultimate goal is to just sort of, take the confidence away from people and make them feel hopeless, because then you have nothing when you're hopeless.
That's a hellaciously good point, Joe. I mean, I shit you not. I'm not just blowing smoke. That is actually a great way to look at it, is like it don't let it make you despondent, because the people who are showing you the shit want you to believe it's universal and everywhere. Like you're supposed to accept it, make it reality. Good ass point. Totally. And so, yeah, when you see these things, instead of like, don't rage out like I used to, just fucking realize that, if it don't work for you, and don't believe everybody. I guess my point, don't believe everybody else believes that shit that way. Cause I don't know anybody. I've never met anybody. And I'm sure there's plenty of them out there that don't believe in marriage and shit like that. But I've never met a lot of these crazy people that you know what I mean? Like they're just not in North Carolina where
there's a difference between not agreeing with marriage, which I would obviously debate that as a concept, and there's also wanting to dismantle it and get rid of it from society. Those are completely different things. If you don't agree with marriage, you don't have to get married.
But like a man and a woman have to get, up until, I know we can do things in a lab and whatnot now, but I mean, like a man and a woman getting together and being able to procreate was like the most.
That's why every civilization has done it on planet Earth. Even when they couldn't communicate with each other.
It's free. It's my favorite thing. It doesn't cost nothing. If it takes 2 or 3 days, maybe you got begged for it for a couple of days, but you get it. Yeah. Hey, I'm on a kid-free weekend right now. Go ahead. I'm sorry. All fucked up on the medicine from the dental shit. But yeah, I mean, like you're talking about destroying like the pillars of not just society, of like just fucking humanity. Is that going towards us being in pods or some shit, or
maybe who knows?
The closer we get to the Matrix, man, the more
they put you in a pod and you're in the Matrix, and they're just like funneling like crappy Doctor Who into your consciousness, like for all of your existence. I would want someone to unplug me pretty quickly.
No shit. God almighty.
We make a pact, don't we? An unplug pact.
Yeah, I got another stupid British person up here, I think. But they're a lot like
Don't be mean to Tuna.
Oh, you're like, all right, let's do it. Oh well, shit. I thought I did. What the fuck? Yeah, I screwed my notes up. I was all drugged up, man. I messed my notes up. I have the Penguin trailer on there for some reason under idiotic Brit politicians. That's where I screwed up that note.
I can understand why you would find the two things similar.
Yeah, there's not much difference. But no. I mean, I don't know what I wouldn't say I don't know what the solution is. The solution is everybody, just being sane and saying no. I think saying no would probably be a good first step, And shout out to the 92 viewers we got.
Yeah.
This is crazy, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Come over here to YouTube and boost up our subscriber numbers and everything.
Please.
You'll find links to everybody's channel in the description. Please come support the council. And shout out again to everybody. We got JWC, Archer, Indian Jesus, PD Rich. There's Archer again.
Right, Rose,
Rachel. Yeah, damn. Everybody, OG's still here. Everybody, that's awesome, man. Thank you guys so much. We really do appreciate it.
This is a good time of the day. I think it was just about this time, kind of last week, that Joe finally decided to join us.
Yeah,
you know what? You know what?
He overslept, and I was cooking steaks and going like I'm sitting there going like I'm weighing. Do I jump? Do I just have to go jump in the stream, or do I keep doing this party for my kids? Like, well, and then the steaks were smelling so good, I just went on. I was like, fuck it, Tuna's got it. He'll be able to take care of it. He always solves everything. And it all went fine. But yeah, he got you again. But I'm not as actually despondent. I mean, I think things are probably pretty bad, but I try to have at least somewhat of a positive attitude going forward. Olaf Jenkins, what's up, man? I've realized that I'm going to have to try to be more positive just for myself personally, because this shit will eat you up. Like the negativity. I mean, like, because there's a lot of it out there. So now in my life, I purposefully embrace positive things, try to do things to just, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not just sitting around pissed off all the time and worried, but the truth of the matter is that things are so scary, like especially in England and stuff. Like Gobster, I was bringing up something funny, or not funny, but I don't know if this is a fake video or not. But it was a guy. He was like on lunch break in England, I guess. England,
that's
the Ramadan video. Let me see if I can find it, man.
Yeah. Well, no offense, but he's a coward. He should have stood his ground.
So do you think that could be staged, Gobster?
Possibly. I mean, the thing is, this is the problem we live. This is the world we live in now, where we can't believe anything we see, anything we read, anything we hear. We have to double check, triple check, quadruple check, and even then it turns out not to be the truth.
And this is not even before we consider AI.
Exactly. Right. It's not even throwing AI into the problem, and then we've got all the deep fake stuff that will just get better.
Oh man.
Whether this was staged or not, I don't know, but I've heard of these sort of things happening in schools, especially in UK schools, and things like that. It's horror. It's wrong. It's wrong. You can't look. Everybody's entitled to their own views. Everybody's entitled to their own religion, and everybody should try and get along. And let's be honest, we were right on the cusp of actually getting there, where we all got along.
Oh God, yes, we were so freaking close.
We were so close to fulfilling Martin Luther King's dream. We really were. We were right on the edge. No bullshit. We were there. We were just about to do it, and then the governments realised that if they do that, then we'll all suddenly all realise that the only enemy that we really have are those people in charge. So they make sure by doing it. This is why another reason why we're being flooded here in the United Kingdom is because they are scared of the English. Because when you back the English into a corner, that is not the place that you want to be putting English men. Because we will fight, and we will fight dirty, and we will succeed. As simple as that.
Look
and
at
that's
the Battle of Britain, for example.
Oh yeah,
World War II. See that as an example.
I mean, the Nazis backed us into a corner, and no one wanted to stand with us. Did we just give up? No, we didn't. We actually picked up pitchforks, and we said, "Come on, then, if you think you're hard enough, come and have a go." Because that's the English spirit, and it's. That's why they're attacking us all the time. That's why they're making us feel horrible. This is why they're making us feel that we don't even belong in our own country. That's why our history has to be changed. They don't want us to stand and fight. That's why we're being vilified all the time. And it's just wrong. But this sort of thing does happen. Really does happen.
Orwell is oh, go on.
He was prophetic. Orwell was a prophetic son.
I was gonna say he'd be salivating right now if he was alive.
Him and Huxley would be like, "Wow, we were pretty fucking good." So let's watch this guy and see. I actually have only saw like Well, no, I get how many. That's only 25 seconds. Yeah, I've seen the whole thing, but anybody who hasn't, here you go. Let me get over there. Let's see. Oh, I was already in full screen. Sorry, Elon. I don't know how to use your shit.
Look at this kuffar. Everybody's on Ramadan.
I know, I actually feel bad for eating.
And this guy's,
I'm going to have to put this away, and
this guy's stuffing his face.
No, you're eating it, you spoilers.
Guys,
You
oh, he's sat here stuffing his face.
Stand, you muppet.
Same fair.
Man, I'm not really sure.
Changed off towards the end, but he should have stood his ground.
Coward.
Right.
If they're not eating, I don't care. It's your stupid religion. I mean, the whole thing of Ramadan, to be fair, is ridiculous because they starve themselves through all the day, and then when the sun goes down, they spend hours just absolutely stuffing themselves stupid. So what do you gain? What do you gain?
It's like if they want to do it, fine, but why try to impose it? And you're a fucking guest. Right. Like, you know what I mean?
If they're not eating, well, that's the way it is. He should have just stood his ground. And this is the problem. People are being bullied into into being compliant. And then when you're not compliant, like I'm not, you get called everything under the sun. I don't care. If you'd have come up and said to me, stop eating my dinner, I'd have said, I don't give a shit. In fact, I'd have got up and stood right in front of your face. Right in front of you, and then burped it so you could smell it on my breath. Yeah?
No doubt. I was going to say, you'd be able to smell it. Yeah.
Where do we draw the line? I mean, do we do this in schools? Do you know what I mean? Well, they are. Not eating because...
Well, the schools have been told that, they've got to be careful and this, that, and the other. And it's just... Yeah, you got to be tolerant. No, they can be tolerant of us. It's as simple as that. Tolerance works both ways. Tolerance is supposed to work both ways.
Yeah.
Racism both ways. Sexism
and gratitude. You're not teaching any sort of gratitude whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like, so then they would inherently know whether you were coming to my country or yours, then you would inherently, basically, you're being taught to not appreciate it, that you can just come in and impose your own, your own beliefs, because this is a total imposition. And
it's like when we went on tour in the army, wherever we went in the army, as before we went, you got a sheet of the cultures, the things to do, the things not to do, what to say, what not to say. So you would respect the country and the people that you were going into. Basic, common, human decency. It's their country. We're going in there. This is what you do. And this is how you respect the people that you're seeing. So why the problem with the British is we're very, very stubborn with things like that. We like politeness and rules and respect. And these people are not showing any of that. And yet we're being made to feel that we're wrong.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be like that. I mean, I don't mean, it's like we have things like terrible parking outside schools, which are all created most of the time by certain ethnic minorities. Now, I don't care what anything is, but the law needs to be applied equally. And it's not right when you're white and you get done for something when, if you're not, you don't. And whether this is all being done on purpose to rile us up, to keep us fighting amongst ourselves so we stop paying attention to the crap that's going on, I don't know. But I've never, I used to have a thing on my thing, which is I never judge anyone by their gender, their sexual orientation, the color of the skin. I just judge you on whether or not you're being a twat.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's all I care about.
100%.
I don't see, if you're being an idiot, I don't see the color of your skin. I don't see that. I just see the fact that you're being an idiot, and I'm going to go, you're an idiot. And if you then go, is it because I'm so and so? Well, no, it's because you're an idiot. And this is the world that we live in, and we're made to feel that it's wrong to say no and to call people out for when they're making stupid statements. And I don't understand it.
And the children are being told that's okay. Like that. No, don't listen to mom and dad. You need to listen to this crazy shit that we're telling you.
I can try that with my kids. And the second my kids come in, the very first thing is the two of them are sitting down here actually watching me on the stream, and they're told exactly the opposite. Yeah. That I don't tell them how to think. I tell them just to think.
Exactly.
To be a critical thinker, not to believe everything that everybody tells you. And they'll come in from school and ask me, "Is this right, Dad?" And if it's not, I'll go no. And if it's too much, then I'll actually go into the school and tell them. And if they don't like it, they don't like it. It's you know, my son had a non-uniform day for the end because the kids here are broken up for Easter holidays, and it was a non-uniform, and you had to usually pay a nominal fee of £1 to a charity, and this year's charity was to Gaza. So I went, no, he's not paying it, and if you don't like it, please feel free to phone me up and ask me why not. They didn't, surprisingly enough, but it's like they're being taught all these things and they're being programmed. This is what the education system is nowadays. It's a programming factory. It's designed to tell our children here in the UK that our country sucks. We're evil. We're responsible for all the ills in the world. Our flag is ridiculous. And then once they've got that into them, they don't know, you know, you're not sure what gender you are. You're not sure who you are. You can be whatever you want to be. Ignore this, ignore that. Show respect to these people, but they don't have to show any respect to you. And this is what we're getting.
And above all, do what you're told. by the man.
Be a good drone. Be a good drone. Don't question. Be a good drone.
This was something I saw recently. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. Now, prefacing this, I know some among us are Christian and some are not. I myself am not a practicer of any religion, but I mean, I like to. I mean, I grew up around Christians, and I like to. I don't know. I like to learn about everybody's religion shit, but I mean, that's the people I kind of side with. So, but I saw that they were making Easter was now the International Transgender Day of Visibility. So, which is basically like the post X-Men review theme of this whole show has been they're attacking everything like to cut our legs out from underneath us, man. Now they're coming for Easter, bro. Now I understand that the eggs were always colorful, but shit.
Brandon, the reason why is because what holiday is this kind of associated with religion-wise? Yeah, Christianity, isn't it? They're not going to do anything against fucking Islam or anything, are they?
I mean, I don't know if Diabolical Tuners heard. You heard about the Iceland thing with the hot cross buns?
Yes, yeah.
In England, there's a shop called Iceland, which sells stuff, and they are now changing their hot cross buns to have a tick on and take the cross off the bun, because some 20% of the people polled thought that was a good idea because of the religious connotations of a hot cross bun. Well, it's a religious connotation because it's a religious festival. Yeah. You know, I mean, I've not believed in any religion for a long time, but I've now started to come back to Christianity, and beginning to get into that again because, you know, we need something, because clearly I never believed in God, but when you look around now, Satan is definitely on the
That's
planet.
The weird thing is like if you, I think I'm probably kind of like you in that regard.
He's got his own religion, hasn't he?
Yeah, if Satan exists, then God's. Oh yeah, but if Satan's here, that means God must be here, because the one can't exist with the other. But to just destroy Christianity. I mean, it doesn't help that most Christian, priests are just not interested in the religion anymore either, and it's all about pride. Oh, don't even talk about the Pope.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't get it because, this is what happened. We destroyed Christianity. We removed Christianity. We left a vacuum, and Islam is filling the vacuum. And I think one of the things we need to do nowadays is perhaps start getting back to religion, but stop attacking our religion, because the problem is no one stands up for it. No one's, I mean, like that. Oh, a minute ago. Oh, well, okay. No, it's wrong. Even if you don't believe in religion, it's wrong.
Isn't it crazy how these people force others to accept them? They force them to, you have to accept me. And then they do something like this where they just make a complete mockery of somebody's faith. Yeah. Isn't that just, it just shows you what these people are. They have no values. They're hell-bent on having things done their way. And it's really sickening. From obviously, I come from a Christian perspective. I look at this and I say it's obviously such an absolute mockery. That's the whole point of it. It's a spit in people's faces. It's to say like, oh, we're in charge. What are you going to do about it? I mean, you hear about some really sick people online who go really far with this stuff, and it's really depressing to think about. But yeah, these people who say they preach acceptance are like the least accepting people on planet Earth, believe it or not.
Absolutely, 100% correct.
Yep,
they are everything. They are everything they accuse us of being. That's what they are.
That's the sad 100%. Thing. Guys, we've got 95 people watching. That's the most.
Whoa!
Hello, everyone. Holy shit. Yeah. Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to the Culture Council. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. if you're, I know a lot of people are watching on X. If you're watching on X, we still appreciate you. But if you get a chance, come over here on YouTube and subscribe. You are much appreciated wherever
thank you.
Enjoy the Culture Council and enjoy the potpourri, the buffet of bullshit the Culture Council offers. You got,
will you know?
Potpourri.
X-Men 97 talking cartoons in the beginning, and then this back half talking about how fucked up the world is. Yeah. But yeah, it's been a great, man. It's been like the best episode, man. It's been really, really fun. We got Shield Walls up in here, PD Rich again, Archer's still here, Rachel, everybody's still watching. Thank you guys so much. We're almost to 100 watching. It's crazy as hell.
Crazy stuff. Thank you so much, everybody.
And so I'm not Catholic myself. I have respect for anybody who is. It's all good. But look at this. Here's another one. And you know what? And we're friends with people who are gay. I'm personally friends with people who are gay. I ain't got no problem with you if you're gay. I don't really care. I think you should be able to. I'm American. My religion is American George Washington Orthodox. So you do you. You know what I'm saying? Just don't. I mean, like in most normal, like most of your friends and normal gays are going to look at you and go, yeah, I mean, why the fuck would we want to destroy the family? Even they would say that. Any normal person is, it don't matter what the fuck, what you believe or who you lie down with. Any normal.
It kind of does because depending on if you believe in one religion, it's okay to have 50 wives, for example. So, what you believe in does kind of matter, doesn't it, to a certain degree?
Yeah, let's see what JWC said. The thing about religion is it is the basis of our morality and values. Destroy religion and you destroy morals and values. Since the increase of secular views in society, the world has gone to pot. And see, a lot of us are not even practicing religion, and we're saying the same thing. You're exactly right. Yeah,
it's true.
It's true. I mean, without religion, people would say obviously this debate's been going on forever, but they're like, oh no, of course it would still be morality. And then when you really go down to the weeds of it, it's like the whole concept of moral relativism, which is what you have to accept if you're not religious, is it collapses in on itself, and we're seeing the consequences of a morally relativistic society. We're seeing that what it's like to have moral relativism. People are having their own idea of what's right and wrong, and then they're pushing on society, and people are going to extremes, like real extremes, because everybody believes. Because you know what, moral relativism, another word for it is your own truth. That's exactly what everybody's saying. They say your own truth, and that's what that is. And so people have been warned about this forever, and we're actually, when Gobs was talking about it, you see like all this evil going on today, and you just can't help but just look at it like, wow, okay, that's so obviously something's wrong. We're actually very fortunate to be living in this time, because it's almost like we're seeing the fruition of things a lot of people have been saying, like, if you go down this route or this route, and just whatever thing you choose, it's going to lead to this. And then they were like, they were effing right. Like, are you feel like we're in that, we're seeing what's happening. So now what do we do with this information? We have the evidence. We're living through the evidence. We're living through what Orwell told us was going to happen. We're living through it. What do we do now? Do we choose to now change course, or do we choose not to? And one more thing before I stop talking is, I really think the best thing we could do, put on a positive spin on it, is realize that each of us, like as individuals, have a level of power. I'm not mystical power, but like amount of like actual influence that that people in power don't want us to believe we have. And the best thing you can do is whatever little you have, whatever little there is, use it against these people. Whether it's purchasing power, like purchasing power is a huge one that would influence so much. If people gathered together and they decided, we're not going to fund this, and we've seen what happens when people have done that, like with the Bud Light situation, it works. But if everyone truly realized how much influence they have to not support these things, that's a little thing you can do, even if you have no power, is your purchasing power. And then you have people higher up, like Gobster was talking about. Everything would change if the people higher up would have a spine and do something about it. Those people have a higher level of power, and they should use their equivalent level of power to do something about it. But if everyone on the spectrum of the hierarchy of positions we're in society, if we all use our whatever power we had, that's the best thing we could possibly do to change course, because they couldn't do anything about it if we started doing that.
My wife and I were having a conversation probably after I did a thing or two on YouTube, and she was afraid I'd never be able to get a job again because of shit that I say. And I told her, I said, I understand what you're saying, sweetie. I understand. But the thing in my mind was like, but if He's like, I'm nobody. I'm just one itty bitty. Although we do have 100 fucking people watching, or 99. We're about at 100. Whatever.
Easy, Tiger. Easy.
The shit, almost. But I appreciate everybody watching. I really do. But the thing I told my wife was like every little voice adds up to be. So it's just like there's 5 of us in here. And we have other people we associate with, and we keep seeing more and more. As much as all there's a negativity, like what Joe's saying, which was where my head was going anyway, is make sure to put a positive spin on shit and take it back for yourself and make it positive, you know. But it's not all gloom and doom, and like we actually do all add up eventually, and you see things changing slowly. They don't want you to, and they're going to do things to try to derail what's going on, but.
It's like with the whole Sweet Baby Inc. detected thing, isn't it? Like Archer kind of brought up.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah.
Did you hear about that thrash? You know about the Sweet Baby and all that bullshit?
They thought they were going to get away with it, you know? Kotaku and all their kind of shit show journalists thought they were going to get away with it. They've had their heads caved in. You know, to the point where Kotaku hopefully is on the verge of fucking disbanding.
Right. That's like, dude, I like going back to talking about Fallout. I played those since the originals. You know, I started on a Commodore 64. Dude, you know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out OG.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? So like when you can only tell when they started ruining games, you're like, what is this? You knew something was off, and then boom, there it was.
Hey guys, we just hit 100 viewers, man. Yeah, we'll always remember this one. We hit 100 first.
And I'll say, since
we get a YouTube plaque for that.
Nah. One day, my friend. One day, I swear to God. One day we'll all be in the same place. We'll be doing some sort of funny thing all together. We might have to come to England, or we might have to smuggle your asses out like refugees. But really, really do appreciate everybody watching, man. Make sure you like, subscribe, come over to YouTube if you can, and thank you so much. I can't believe there's 2 zeros.
Wow.
Well, that's a big deal for us, guys. That's really cool. That's really cool. Right, and when you're small as we are, or me especially, you appreciate everyone. But like everybody, like what I was telling, sorry, I got derailed by being so excited. But what I told my wife was like everybody's voice can add up. You know what I mean? And that's how change takes place. And I suppose what I told her is like it's more about how I feel about myself looking in the mirror too. And like I have a lot of problems with. I mean, like, I don't want to say problems, but I mean, like, I have to be able to look at myself in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't want to be false or fake. And so, you know, I think it's an important thing. So if there's other people out there wanting to do the same thing, do it, man. You know, I'm not asking you to take some crazy ass risk, but if everybody just kind of started to say no a little bit more and we all stood together, just keep that in mind as you go through your daily life.
Well, that's what I've been saying on my videos. That's what I've been saying on my videos. You know, look. You're not alone. You're not on your own. People do think the same way you do. Speak out. You've got the opportunity. Yes, it's a risk, and I understand a lot of people. You know, it is a risk. It's dangerous. I mean, you also have to be prepared to take a heck of a lot of flack. Because oh boy, do you take flack as soon as you open your mouth. But if you don't speak out, I mean, you know, you're right. If you've got to be able to look into the mirror and look at yourself in the mirror and say, "Am I doing all I can do? Am I being truthful to myself?" And you have to do it. So, but the thing is, it's like having 100 people. There's 100 people watching this. I mean, that just to let you know, that's more. You getting more views now than I ever get on one of my live streams. Okay, so congratulations. Yeah, well deserved. Well deserved. But there's 100 people. 100 people who think the same way because they're still here, they're still listening, and they're joining in the chat, and they're saying the same things. That's 100 people. That's a lot of people. That's a lot. Well, it's 105 because there's us 5 here as well.
Shit,
that's 105 people.
True.
And 105 people getting that message out can affect 400 people. You know, and it's the videos I do now. I mean, I've gone from talking about sci-fi films to political stuff now.
Yeah, that's what we've been talking.
Yeah, but we need to. It was getting to a stage where I had to say something. I couldn't let this go anymore. Because it's wrong. And I was looking in the mirror saying, I should be saying this. So I took the opportunity to say it. And, you know, I've gained a fair few subscribers, which is absolutely awesome. You know, I've got over 1,000. But if I'm impacting 1,000 people with just one video or a series of videos and getting people to even just think, I don't mind people having a go at me in my comment section because they're having to think, They're having to engage.
It's like you took the words right out of our mouths, man. These are conversations we've had a lot. Yeah.
You've got to open the door to people. Yeah. I don't, all my videos like this one, I'm not telling you what to think. I'm not telling you how to do stuff. I'm asking you to think for yourself and let you know that you aren't alone. People
and it's okay to disagree.
It is.
Right,
I mean,
right.
come on, I've come out with loads of people who I'm really good friends with. I've always said in my videos, whatever happened to that statement, let's just agree to disagree on that and move on. Because that's what we used to do in the pub when we're sitting down in the pub having a drink. You'd have a bit of an heated argument and you would just go, oh, guys, let's just agree to disagree. And how about this?
Yeah, I've had fist fights with people I ended up being good friends with. You know what I mean?
So, all the time, man.
Honest, you know, we have to. This is where it's getting to the stage where people need to know that they're not alone in the way they think.
Yeah.
The article you did with that professor, that's a bullshit article because no one thinks like that. No one really thinks like that. And if they do believe it and you do think like that, well, I'm sorry, but there's no hope for you. Okay. And I'm not going to spend my time with you because you're a sheep. You're just following bullshit. Yeah. That's all you're doing. And we need to stick together. And we can do this. We can
something funny. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the tunnel is dark. Let's be honest. We're in a dark place, and I think it's going to get a bit darker. But if we can stick together, we can fight together, then maybe we could just punch through the other end and make the light come.
Hell yeah.
I had no shit.
We got to fight. And the thing is, it's a fight. It's not, we're not doing it for chat. This is a God honest fight now. We're actually fighting for our beliefs, our families, our countries, and everything.
Our future.
It's
our
that
future,
serious,
our children's future, and our I mean, I've got 3 grandkids. I'm fighting for their future as well. I don't want them to live in this crap hole. I want them to go out, and I also want them to be able to look at me and say, "Well, what did you do?" I go everything that I could until they silence me.
I didn't stand by.
You know, so yeah, I think I'll get off my soapbox now and let everybody else talk.
Oh man, you're spitting truth.
In response to that, like we're already seeing the fruits of people's efforts in pursuing what you just described. Like, think about what it was like 10 years ago. I mean, I'm much younger than you guys. Very young. I had like 22, but I'm old enough to know that just like 8 years ago, it felt like the hopelessness was like suffocating, where all this stuff was happening slowly but surely, and nobody had the balls to say anything. Nobody. Nerd Roddick would every word he stepped on when he was starting his channel, and I saw his early Doctor Who reviews. Like he was being careful not to say certain things he wanted to say. Like everybody, and it's just crazy how much more positive things have turned. Obviously, the messed up shit has gone way worse, but in turn, the people are actually finally speaking up. I mean, we're having this dialogue. All of us are having this dialogue, and there are a lot of us actually out there now these days. There should be way more, but compared to 6 years ago, I mean, it's insane how the culture has changed. Where at one point you couldn't say you supported Trump, for example, but now people just stand up and say, "I don't give a shit what you say anymore." Like you can, because their labels mean nothing now. Think about it. They call you racist.
There's enough people on our side, or like the side of, I speak for everybody, but there's enough people on the side of like sanity, no matter what that is, that it's like, hey man, fuck them. Oh, they said you're crazy for that. You're cool, man. Come on over here.
Yeah, exactly. They've watered down their insults so much that now it means nothing. It's almost like a badge of honor. And that was like one of their only powers that they really had, was scaring people. And so now when people aren't freaked out by it being called racist anymore because it means absolutely nothing, then it's like, oh, let's rise up and finally take down these MFs. My God.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've been called racist because I stand up for my country. Okay, if that's what you want to call me, crack on.
That's crazy.
All right, same here. Oh yeah.
I'm racist because I've got a Union flag on the top of my profile. My badge is a Union flag. Yeah, I don't care.
That's sad that that's supposed to be racist. I know American flag, same thing now. Yeah,
especially I'm an outlaw country fan. It's even worse for me. I can't,
especially in California.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You'd have to move over toward my direction, Thrash, to be able to get away with that.
Yeah. Hey, I still do. It's on my wall right now. I don't care.
Even now, guys, like living in the South, you obviously you see them in the South, right? Well, here, I know people, they make fun of us. So people say, "Oh, Southern pride" and stuff like that. But I mean, most of the people I've ever met that had that flag, they're just like a good old boy. They had friends that were black, white, whatever, right? But you do see more of them. But I'm at a point in my life now that, like, if I'm driving in North Carolina and I see one, it's like, oh man, I wonder if people throw shit at his, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm wondering if people are throwing shit at the, you know. So I don't know, but you do see them. I mean, plenty. But I could see definitely not being able. Duke's a hazard.
Right. Duke's a hazard. You know, that's all it really meant. You know what I mean? They're just, you know, good old boys. That's it. You know. But yeah, it's way out of control now. It's just ridiculous.
Well, and it's like only the flags that they say what they, I mean, like, you know, this flag, oh, this is racist and terrible. This one is St. George. Oh, it's not important. So they minimize the good ones and just
Here's a good rule of thumb. Whatever they call bad is probably good. Like that's a good rule of thumb. I heard this the other day that, like, when the news tells you something, just assume the opposite is true. And it's actually you'll be pretty accurate if you do that most of the time.
Man,
that's how untrustworthy they are. It's crazy.
Well, guys, we'll kind of go around and start we've been going for almost, man, this has been great, dude. We got over 100 viewers. This has been awesome. Listen, if you're watching on X or YouTube, come over at Culture Papa. If you subscribe, go into the description of today's show. You'll find links to Thrash, to the council members Diabolical Tuna and Joe Bonilla. You'll find links to their YouTubes, and of course those will have links over to X and everything. And they have their X handles in where their names are. Gobster, of course, is his name, just Gobster, but change the E with a 3, and that's how you'll find him on YouTube. But I can't say thank you enough. If it's
been fantastic. Thank you for watching.
Thank
you to the people in here the most. And Thrash, dude, please, man, if you want, come meet up at we'll get you a link if you want at 3:15. We'll meet up and watch the next episode next Saturday. If you want to come watch with us, you're more than welcome.
Sounds good to me, man. Heck
all right,
man.
And God's from hell, you can too. Awesome. I think I've got the bandwidth for it. So I finally, through my job that I got, the first computer they sent me was all fucked up, and so they had me like doing the internet speed test, and it was like less than 1 down, less than 1 up, like 1 the number by itself, right? And so then I finally tested my own, and it was like 300 and some shit. So I was like, okay, cool, I can stream more than I thought. But for my new job, I got sent like 2 shitty computers, man. That was my luck. And then I had to do the dental thing. But this has been a great week. I really appreciate you guys so much. Let's go around the horn. Gobster, tell everybody again where they can find you, what you do, and what you got coming up. You got something going. When can they find you next, live or video or what?
Well, live won't be now till the weekend because I'm away with the family for a week. I'm going into the countryside to chill out. Although there will be a couple of older videos. Yeah, well, yeah, I am. I'm going into that racist countryside because countryside's racist in the UK as well. I don't know whether you knew that. They said that the countryside's racist, so I'm being a racist in a race. So I'm going to get racist slurs thrown at me by the trees and the bushes and the grass. And maybe the odd sheep, especially those, you know, the odd black or grey sheep might have a go at me because I'm a racist. But no, there are going to be hopefully a couple of videos that might pop up during the week, which are old videos where I've been out walking on my local park in the racist countryside with all the racist trees. But I'm away for a week. I'm back on Friday, so maybe Saturday I might be having another stream. But you can see it's all on the side. You can catch me on Facebook, Rumble, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Most of it's the Gobster, except for Facebook. It's Guy Gobby, which is my original name of my original channel, because I can't get Gobster because some bastards nicked it.
Yeah, they got to it first.
They thought, hey, look, he's doing all right. We'll nick that one, so we can't have it. But everything else it's Gobster. I'm on everything, especially X, where I get into trouble an awful lot. At the moment, I'm enjoying a rather back and forth with Narinder Kaur, the case based in. Oh well, she thinks she's awesome, so eventually she'll
drop in and check that out.
Oh, she'll drop in the end because I just keep calling her a race baiting, country hating bint, and you know, at everything. Every time she tweets, I just have a go because she is. I don't I don't get that. I don't understand why you want to live in this country and hate it so much. If you hate it that much, bog off.
Why wouldn't you leave?
Because they want the money. They just don't want to abide by the values.
Well, and if you can afford armed protection, it kind of makes things easier too. You know, if you got armed.
Yeah, but so but other than that, yeah, you can catch me. It's been a privilege to pop on here, guys. I've really enjoyed it.
You came on.
Oh yeah,
you know, anytime.
If I'm ever free, I'll let you know. And I'm always, I'll be always glad to pop on because it's
it's
just fun talking to. Like, man, oh no, it's awesome. You're all great guys.
He's like a truck stop prostitute. He gets around.
Yeah, I do. I'll lay myself down anywhere I can go.
Yeah, we all are, man. It's kind of cool, man. You meet all these people and you end up, just hanging out. It's been really great. I appreciate the shit out of it, and I'll never stop saying, I got into it thinking one thing and came out of it appreciating having met a lot of friends and stuff, and actually. And of course Joe and Tuna have been with me every step of the way, and everything you see, if it looks decent or good, Tuna's had something to do with it and not me. So he gets a lot of the credit too, man. All I do is throw the fucking name out there. But so everybody, appreciate everybody. Next we're gonna go to Thrash. What you got coming up next, and where can they find you?
Mostly I'm just right there. I'm on YouTube, but that's just some boring guitar, heavy metal stuff. But you'll mostly catch me on X just trolling anybody I can. That's just mainly where I'm at. Just throwing some bullshit, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. That's it, basically.
Let me see if I can find. I want to show everybody yours so they can. Thrash Potato. There he is.
Do you do original songs, or do you do covers, or?
Yeah, both. Like if you see the cartoons that are on there that just look out of control, like little guitar people moving around, I did all the music on those.
Oh, geez, awesome.
And then you'll see me doing some covers. Like that's a cover right there. That first pin thing. Yeah, both.
Cool. And there's
that's sick, man. Gotta check that out.
Guys, go over there, and I think that should be easy to see for everybody there. This has been the most amazing day, guys. It's been so awesome. Now, next, let's go to my English homie. What have you got going on next, or anything? Mr. Asshole on the internet, self-professed asshole on the internet. You got anything going?
I don't fucking know. I've been out of action for the last 2 weeks, so
at least you're getting better.
Hoping to start putting a little bit of content out. Other than that, Retro Valley Tuesday, the continued shit show that is. We've got Culture Council next Saturday still. I think that was still running at the time. I'm trying to arrange a Doctor Who rating for season 2, Tennant season, maybe Thursday, depending on people's availabilities and stuff. So I'll start throwing out some kind of thoughts about that. It may be that we bounce it to another week. I'd rather get it right and have people available than kind of not.
Then be a shit show. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Other than that, thank you so much to everyone watching. It's been brilliant. Yeah, that's it.
Joe, they can find you where?
Hey, so my name is Joe Bonoli. You can find me on Joe Bonoli, JOBNOLEY. I think I might have spelled that wrong, actually.
Link.
Also on Twitter. Yeah, there are links. There are links everywhere. And on Twitter, YT at the end. And yeah, it was awesome being here and getting to meet Thrash was awesome. I really hope you can come on again. It was awesome, man.
Hell yeah.
And I was thinking, do I call him Thrash or do I call him Potato? I couldn't really decide. So
Thrash sounds better.
I went with Thrash because I thought maybe Potato would be a little weird.
Hey, Potato.
But you know what's funny? It's funny because I feel like I'm getting really hungry just looking at everybody's names. Like you have Potato, you have Tuna, and isn't Gobstopper like a contraction of like Gobstopper, or am I making that up?
Oh no, it's because a while ago I was on a stream and somebody called me a gobby guy.
Yeah, that's right. I remember now.
Yeah, that's talkative or something for y'all. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it means in the UK speak, it means somebody who runs their mouth.
Oh,
okay. I like to run my mouth.
Hell yeah, we all do.
Well, it reminded me of candy, I guess. So,
fair enough, that's fine.
I'm whatever. Potatoes, tuna, and candy after this.
I'm going to eat something as soon as I get done. I'm going to eat something.
Hell yeah!
And thank you, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Next week we're going to review episode 3 of X-Men 97, and then we'll get into whatever crazy stuff we talk about afterwards. But we'll review X-Men 97 until it's done. Maybe draw on some people to check it out, and then we'll talk about whatever we want afterwards. If you're watching on X again before we go, make sure you come on over and subscribe on YouTube and get the links in the description. all I can say is thanks to everyone: Rachel, JWC, Rich, OG, Arthur, everybody. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us all this time. You're more I'm not bullshitting when I say you're very much appreciated. Much love, everybody, and we are out.
All right.
Peace.
We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.